How does a ring get its power? The answer to this question depends on the ring in question. Some rings have precious stones that are rare and valuable. Others have intricate designs that reflect generations of craftsmanship. And then there are rings like the Mafia ring, which derive their power from the very societies they represent. This ring is much more than just an accessory. It's a symbol of power, wealth, and ruthlessness. Its design, often featuring bold and striking imagery, serves as a constant reminder of the wearer's status within the organization. But these symbols aren't just for show. They're a secret language understood only by those in the know. Gemstones could signify family, territory, or even a specific crime. And the overall design could hint at the wearer's personality or occupation within the Mafia. These rings weren't just accessories. They were identity statements, a visual representation of one's place in the criminal underworld. It's also a symbol of fear. After all, the Mafia was known for its ruthlessness and its ability to instill terror. The striking designs of these rings served as a warning to outsiders, a clear indication that the wearer should not be messed with. Just be prepared for the questions. Well, it's because these rings have found a new life outside the concrete jungles of our past. This ring, with its prominent skull motif, became an instant classic. It didn't just symbolize power and wealth, but also the readiness to sacrifice anything, even one's soul, to maintain that power. These rings were not only a symbol of the wearer's status, but also a physical manifestation of the bonds that connected them to their fellow mobsters, and the values of loyalty, respect, and obedience that were central to Mafia culture. They also served as a reminder of the dangers of the lifestyle, with many rings featuring imagery of death and danger. Today, they're being resurrected by contemporary designers who are fascinated by their symbolism. These modern takes on the Mafia ring often use the same motifs and imagery, but with a twist. The ring's design, which featured a large skull surrounded by snakes and the words "Me, Maria," became an iconic symbol of the Mafia and organized crime. In a world where first impressions matter everything, a well-crafted Mafia ring can make a lasting impact. They favored large and bold pieces that made a statement and turned heads. Additionally, jewelry was used as a tool for identification within the Mafia. Moreover, jewelry played a significant role in Mafia rituals and ceremonies. During special events or gatherings, members would don their finest jewelry to show their unity and solidarity. It was a way to celebrate their successes and to reinforce their bonds. Members would often wear jewelry that displayed their family crest or other identifying symbols. The flashy displays of wealth drew unwanted attention from law enforcement and rival gangs. It made them easy targets and often led to violent confrontations. Their love for jewelry ultimately cost them dearly, as it was seized by authorities during raids and arrests. I've got another great video coming up that I think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time. This allowed them to quickly identify each other and also served as a warning to outsiders who might cross them. Jewelry also served as a status symbol within the Mafia hierarchy. Higher-ranking members would often wear more extravagant and valuable jewelry to show their superior rank. It's where they remain a powerful symbol of the wearer's status and power, as well as a reminder of the dangerous world in which they operate. While it may seem glamorous, it was also a dangerous game that often ended up costing them dearly. The Mafia's obsession with jewelry reflects a larger societal fascination with wealth and material possessions, as well as the allure of a dangerous and secretive lifestyle. It remains a captivating aspect of their history and continues to intrigue people around the world. However, they have also become popular among those who are not involved in criminal activities. Many people wear them simply as a fashion statement, or as a way to pay homage to the Mafia's rich history and culture. Mafia members often wore flashy and expensive jewelry as a display of their wealth and power. They used it as a way to intimidate others and to show off their success in the criminal world. They typically feature a flat, often oval seal on the top of the ring, which is used to stamp wax or other materials to create a unique design or logo. They were worn by high-ranking members of the organization as a symbol of their status and power. They have been used for centuries as symbols of wealth, power, and social status. The designs on these rings often featured symbols associated with the Mafia, such as skulls, crossbones, or playing cards. They also frequently included the family crest or a personal monogram, which served to identify the wearer and distinguish them from other members of the organization. It's a conversation starter, a way to stand out, and a nod to a bygone era of organized crime. They incorporate modern design elements while still paying homage to the original style. It's a way to connect with the past without being overly nostalgic. Each curve and angle whispering tales of loyalty, betrayal, and the thin line between life and death. These rings were mainly worn by mobsters and mafiosi members during the mid-20th century, primarily in Italy and the United States. They were mostly made of gold or silver, and sometimes platinum, a nod to the wealth that came with being part of the inner circle. These weren't your average pieces of jewelry. They were battle scars, each engraving telling a story of the dangerous world these men inhabited. Now, you might be wondering why we're talking about such dark history today. But before we dive into some of the most iconic Mafia rings ever made, let's take a moment to understand what made these accessories so powerful. Well, for those who wore them, it wasn't just about making a statement. It was about communicating. Every detail of a Mafia ring, from the metal used to the gemstones, was carefully considered and had a deeper meaning. The choice of metal, for instance, often symbolized the wearer's rank or the group they belonged to. One of the most famous examples is the ring worn by the Corleone family in The Godfather. But the Mafia ring isn't just an object of power, and let's face it, there's something undeniably cool about a piece of jewelry that doubles as an intimidation tactic. So whether you're a fan of vintage gangster movies, admire the bold designs, or just want to add a touch of mystery to your style, consider incorporating a Mafia ring into your wardrobe. That said, let's now delve into some of the most iconic Mafia rings ever made. Exploring their designs, meanings, and the stories behind them, a signet ring is an ancient form of ring that has been used for centuries to convey power and wealth. In the world of the Mafia, signet rings were no exception. During the mid-20th century, signet rings were particularly popular among Italian-American Mafia families such as the Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, and Lucchese crime families. When worn, these rings were a silent testament to the wearer's commitment to the code of silence. One of the most famous examples of a Mafia signet ring is the one worn by Don Vito Corleone in The Godfather. Today, signet rings continue to be worn by some members of the Mafia and other organized crime groups. Whatever the reason, signet rings are sure to remain an enduring symbol of power, wealth, and mystery for years to come. Jewelry, especially rings, hold a significant place in various cultures and societies around the world. For the Mafia, jewelry was no different. In fact, it played a crucial role in their culture and operations. Gold chains, diamond rings, and other precious metals and stones were popular choices for Mafia members. It was a way to set themselves apart from the lower-ranking members and to command respect and obedience from those around them. Some Mafia families had specific jewelry designs that were unique to their group, helping members to easily distinguish themselves from other organizations. However, it's important to note that the Mafia's extravagant use of jewelry also contributed to their downfall. In conclusion, jewelry played a significant role in Mafia culture, serving as a symbol of wealth, power, status, and identification. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a thumbs up, as I always appreciate your support.